If you think artificial intelligence in gaming is some sci-fi concept for the distant future, you might want to think again. The revolution isn't on its way, it's here, right now, and it is completely reshaping every single part of the industry as we speak.
Okay, so let's just start with this, because this is wild. This isn't some analyst's prediction. This is a flat-out declaration from a major industry report. They are pinpointing right now the third quarter of 2025 as the exact moment, the inflection point, where AI stopped being a cool experiment and became an absolutely essential tool.
But, to really get why this is all happening so fast, we have to look at the giant crisis that's forcing everyone's hand. And here it is. This is the central conflict, the big paradox at the heart of gaming today. On one side, the industry is making more money than ever. We're talking a projected $188 billion this year alone. But on the other side, widespread distress. An incredible 1 in 10 developers say they were laid off just in the past year. So what on earth is going on?
Well, it's something called the productivity paradox. To put it simply, the time and, more importantly, the money it takes to make one of these huge, top-tier AAA games is just spiraling out of control. It's actually growing faster than the record profits are. That puts studios in a massive squeeze, forcing them to find a pretty radical solution just to survive. And that solution? It's AI.
So, let's pull back the curtain and look at how AI is actually being used behind the scenes to change the way our favorite games are even made in the first place. And the scale of this thing is just staggering. Seriously, this isn't some little niche trend for a few indie studios. A brand new survey from Google Cloud found that 90% of game developers are already using AI in their work. Let that sink in. This isn't coming, it's a full-blown, industry-wide takeover.
And it's touching literally every step of making a game. AI is now generating things like 3D models and textures in a fraction of the time it used to take a human artist. It's helping build the game worlds themselves, designing quests and levels. It's even writing dynamic dialogue. And maybe one of the biggest changes is in QA, where AI bots are testing games around the clock, 24/7, catching bugs that humans might never even see. The goal for all of this is pretty simple. Make better games, make them faster, and make them cheaper.
But this whole revolution isn't just happening behind the scenes. It's also about to create a totally new experience for us, the people actually playing the games. Think about it. For decades, the characters in our games, the NPCs, have felt kind of robotic, right? They say the same lines over and over, walk in the same predictable loops, and have zero memory of that crazy thing you did 5 minutes ago. Well, that whole era is coming to an end. Thanks to tech like NVIDIA's Avatar Cloud Engine, we are starting to see truly intelligent NPCs who can have real unscripted conversations, adapt their strategy in a fight, and, this is the big one, actually remember their past interactions with you. It's going to make these worlds feel truly alive. And the AI isn't just going to be in the game world, it's also coming to help you figure it out. Microsoft is pushing a concept they're calling a gaming co-pilot, and they describe it exactly like this: a personal sidekick ready to help you out whenever you get stuck. And the implications of this are just huge. I mean, instead of pausing your game, opening a browser, and searching for a guide or a YouTube walkthrough, what if you could just ask an AI assistant that's built right into the game itself? If this catches on, it could completely disrupt the entire ecosystem of game guide websites and all those tutorial creators who depend on that search traffic. So, with the shift this big, it's probably no surprise that it has kicked off an absolutely intense arms race between the tech giants, who all want to be the ones powering this new generation of gaming. On the hardware side, it is a full-on battle for performance. You've got NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel all pushing their own AI-powered graphics technologies. Basically, systems like DLSS, FSR, and XSS use AI to cleverly draw extra frames in between the real ones. And what that means for you, the player, is you get incredibly smooth gameplay and amazing graphics, even if you don't have a top-of-the-line PC. It's a race to see whose AI can make games look and run the absolute best. And at the platform level, we're seeing two totally different philosophies take shape. Microsoft is looking at AI as a cloud service, something like that gaming copilot that you can access on any device you own, your PC, your Xbox, even your phone. They're trying to build an entire AI-infused ecosystem. Sony, on the other hand, is all about the hardware. They're filing patents for AI systems built right into the PlayStation console itself to do crazy things like predict your next button press to get rid of online lag. It's that classic battle, a service for everyone versus an exclusive device.
So with all of these massive pieces moving on the board, where is this all headed? What can we really expect to see in the very near future?
Well, industry analysis is pointing to 3 huge developments by 2026. First, get ready for the arrival of AI-native games. These are titles built from the ground up around AI, which could create entirely new types of games we've never seen before. Second, expect a major skills gap, with studios desperately hunting for developers who actually know how to work with these new tools. And finally, get ready for the lawsuits. We can expect to see huge legal battles over intellectual property and exactly what data these AIs are being trained on.
And that brings us to the human side of all this, because this massive change isn't happening without some serious friction. The vast majority of developers have real concerns. They're worried about these huge fundamental questions of ownership. From the data used to train the AI, to the privacy of our player data, to who even legally owns the art or the dialogue that an AI creates. And of course, hanging over all of it is the very real fear that these same tools that promise efficiency might also lead to a lot of people losing their jobs.
Which really leaves us with one final and, I think, crucial question. We're stepping into an era where AI can literally build worlds, create characters, and write entire storylines. It's becoming the architect of our virtual experiences. But as that happens, we have to stop and ask, who or what is ultimately going to be the author of their stories?